Okay, guys, this is examples of questions 11 through 15, and they deal mainly with sort of algebraic type of problems. This first example here is an equation, and you are to solve for y. Now, remember, when we have something written like this, 6y side by side, that means to multiply. We could rewrite it 6 times y equals 180. Same thing. Remember, what we want to do is we want to get y by itself. And so to get y by itself, we have to do the opposite. So instead of multiplying by 6, we have to do the opposite. And the opposite of multiplying is dividing. So I'm going to divide this side by 6. And then that makes these two divide out, and look there. You got y by itself. Now, while we draw this line here is to show that whatever we do to one side of the equation, we have to do to the other side. Remember the balanced scale that we had in the classroom? And to keep it balanced, you had to do the same thing. So if I divide the left side by 6, then I have to divide this side by 6. So 180 divided by 6 is 30. So y would equal 30. And then I can check it. I can plug it back in here 6 times. Instead of y, we would say 30. Does 6 times 30 give me 180? Yes, it does. But this is my answer. Y equals 30. And we get that by doing the opposite. Now, the next type of problem you're going to have, it says to solve for the value of x, and it also says using your choices. So here's my choices, okay? So if I plug in, say we do x equals 2. So that means this x right here would be a 2. So side by side, 5 times 2 is 10. Does 10 plus 9 give me 29? No, it gives me 19. So, can't be that. Okay, so the next choice, x equals 6. All right, so I put in a 6 there for x. Well, 5 times 6 is 30, and 30 plus 9 is 39, not 29. So it's not that one. Okay, now we'll try x times 3. So I plug in a 3 there. 5 times 3 is 15. 15 plus 9 is 24, not 29. So it's not that one. Last choice. I hate when it does that. X equals 4, so we put in a 4. 5 times 4 is 20. 20 plus 9, yep, that does equal 29. So that's my answer. So when I say use your choices, I hope that shows what I mean. Use each choice and see if it makes the problem work. All right, then we're going to do some using formulas. And I'm giving you the formula right here, what you need to do. So Carly's bedroom is a rectangular shape. The area of her room is 112.7 square feet, and the length of her room is 9.8 feet. What is the width? So here is my formula. I think I did it backwards. I think I did area equals length times width on your assignment. So let's figure out what we know. The area of her bedroom is 112.7. So that's the area. And the length of the room is 9.8 feet. What we don't know is the width. Now, we're back to doing a problem just like we had at the very beginning up here. We have a missing number, and to solve for a missing number, we do the opposite. So let's go back and look at this one. So I want to find out what W is. So instead of multiplying by 9.8, I'm going to do the opposite and divide by 9.8. And whatever I do to one side, I've got to do to the other. So I have to divide that by 9.8. So 112, I don't know what this one is. I got to get my calculator. 112.7 divided by 9.8 is 11.5. So my answer would be 11.5 feet. Okay, I've got another problem. This time we're going to be using the distance formula. It says the Pendleton family plans on going to Orange Beach, Alabama, which is 560 miles from Glasgow. If they need to arrive in 8 hours, how fast must they travel? So again, write our formula and fill in what we know. It is 560 miles from Glasgow. Is 560 miles my distance, my speed, or my time? It is my distance. They need to arrive in 8 hours. Is that my speed or my time? Hours is time. So what I don't know is speed. So again, I have an equation. I need to solve for S. So instead of multiplying by 8, I'm going to do the opposite and divide by 8. Whatever I do to one side, I do to the other. These cancel out and leave me with S, which stands for speed. And 560 divided by 8 is 70. So I'm going to go 70 miles per hour. And I know it's miles per hour because the distance was in miles and the time was in hours. So the speed would be miles per hour. All right, so there's our algebra section of our problems this week. And we're going to move on to the next group.